give them something to drink. To the cleanse.
Really have to understand is Moses himself, he passed the baton to Yahushua. He said when Yahushua comes, you have to follow him. And basically Moses was backing up out the way. So that means those old laws of Moses, they come in after Yahushua. When the Lord came. Now, when did the Lord come? Over 3,000 years ago. And guys are still not following Yahushua. You don't need a new body to follow Yahushua. But because this world is corrupt, the majority of guys they got their hands on the Bible, they're not able to follow Yahushua because their hearts and their mind isn't right. So
Revelation 14. And I looked, and lo, a Lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the 4 beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of God. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, Fear God, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up for ever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name.
Hey, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua Bashem Rakakwadash. Much mercy to you, election out there. And you're already qualified for that mercy, for that election, for that guidance, for that strength. You're already ordained and predestined for that in these days right now. That's what the Lord, he prayed for in John chapter 17. You really got to understand that the Lord did pray for a set of elite men and the ones of Yahushua in this day. This is what you have to really understand. One of the things too I want to speak on is worshiping the beast. Now, the key thing about worshiping the beast, they always speak of the physical mark, the mark in your forehead or in your hand, in your forehead, in your hand. They constantly speak on that part of it, because their whole thing is to keep your mind in the flesh. Just like with the gospel of Esau, that these guys, they love to teach Esau. These guys are satanic. They're part of the beast. They're part of the fucking world. So Esau would rather you teach him than the gospel of Yahushua. Does that make sense? Does that make any sense? But anyway, Anyway, honestly, for real though, the gospel of Esau, it keeps you in the flesh. If you're the enemy, you would rather, other than freeing you, which that's what Yahweh Shai does in the new covenant, it frees you. And what we're seeing in these last days, not many guys are of the Lord like that, because they will help push the gospel of Yahweh Shai. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The scriptures tell you in Paul tells you, he said, all things are lawful, but it's not expedient. Meaning that, like, it's things in the scriptures that, yeah, they are lawful, and they do they mean something, because they're in the scriptures. But just because they're lawful, that don't mean that they're expedient. Meaning, like, you have to understand what's important at certain moments in times right now. Like right now, yeah, a lot of prophecies are happening, but the most important thing is to be in the mind of Yahweh Shai and understanding the Father's Son that he sent. So now, if you don't understand the Father's Son that he sent, then all the prophecies that you know, it doesn't matter, because you don't agree with his Son. So therefore, you're not in league, or you're not in power with his Son. Therefore, you're a reprobate. You're a part of the fucking world. Which, yeah, the world, Esau, and all these guys, they know all these prophecies and the history and these things that's happening in the world. Yeah, I mean, just like the Lord said, he said, yeah, you could discern the signs and the times, but you can't discern what the Spirit is really saying. The Spirit right now is really speaking, and it's really rebuking our people. And it's against the majority of guys teaching, but they can't see it yet because they're carnal. So they're waiting on Dragon Ball Z power. And then ultimately, because these guys don't understand judgment, something physical got to happen to these guys for these guys to be like, damn, I was wrong. You see what I'm saying? So we're dealing with guys that are totally fucking carnal. So that brings us back to Revelations 14:9. Now, you have the mark of the beast, which these guys, they love to talk about the beast, because they're part of the fucking beast. They're all beasts. And a beast is carnal. He just eats shit, and he sleeps, eats, and he shits, and he wakes up again. He does this shit all over again every day. That's you guys. You don't have no fucking spiritual bone in your body, because if you really did, you'll really be teaching Yahweh Shai in the new covenant. So a lot of you guys that's not really teaching Yahweh Shai, it really at this time, guys that's not really teaching the new covenant, and they're not really speaking of the Lord like that, they're not of the Lord. And then plus, a lot of guys don't even know, like, if they're the elect. They're like, oh, we don't know, we hope we are. That means you're not the elect. You're not, man. And like I said, it's not on some prideful shit. It's not on some, it's just that the prophets of the Bible, they knew the Lord was with them. Like when Paul got knocked off that horse, Paul, he knew the Lord knocked him off the horse, and he actually asked the Lord, what can he do for the Lord, bro? Paul straightened his fucking life out, teaching, prosecuting men for following Yahweh Shai. He turned his life around. He started teaching Yahweh Shai. So it's not nothing of having pride. You have to know if you're the elect or not. And a lot of guys, they're just not the elect, man. A lot of guys can just teach a bunch of shit. And now we're in a time where you have to be able to tell if you're the elect or not. If you can't tell that, then you're not of the Lord right now. We're of the Lord over here. We're of the election. What's been being done, we're on the front lines of this spiritual war, this hidden war. The hidden ones, the mighty ones. We're on the front lines of that. The rest of this shit that's out there in the world, man, all that shit ain't about nothing, man. You have to be able to understand if you're of the Lord or not, bro. And it's sad in these days, but over the overwhelming majority of you guys that's picking up Bibles, man, you're not even of the Lord, man. It's heavy like that. But anyway, I want to go into this real quick. These guys always teach about the mark. Well, the mark of the beast. That's just one element of it. The mark in your hand on your forehead. They always mention it because it's about keeping you in the flesh. But the other side of this whole thing is worshiping the image without even putting anything in you. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to put anything in you to have a fucking doctrine in your mind. And that makes you a part of the beast. Like these camps, they're a part of the beast. Elderly Tahar, all these guys, all these groups, all these guys, Sabak, all these guys. I remember the great Bon Lawyer, which died, which I learned a lot from Bon Lawyer myself personally. And I learned a lot of things from Sabak, and I learned a few things from all these camps and shit like that. But it comes a point to where, like, you have to really understand who you are, man. Yeah, you're supposed to learn and experience certain things in these camps and these groups. But it comes a point where you have to get out of these wide gates because they become the wide gate. They become of the world. They become infiltrated. They become taken over. They become the Heredians are in these camps, bro. That's why these guys talk about Vocab Malone so much. Because they're like, a lot of these guys are fucking tears, man. They're tears. Like, if you look at Vocab Malone, he would be a fucking Heredian. His dad is an Edomite. But he would pass, you would look at him, and he might even pass for a Jake. Like a lot of these guys, man, like the brother said, like a lot of these leaders, man, they're tears. They're motherfucking tears, bro. They're not even Jakes. That's why they don't even teach you how to shine like that, because these guys are fucking tears. What I want to do, I want to grab Revelation 14:9 and explain something real quick. Because you don't have to take a mark to worship the beast. You don't. What's more heavier is just following the doctrine of the beast, and that's what these camps are about. So these camps, they tell you that you're not in the covenant with the Lord yet until you get new bodies. That's a doctrine of a beast. Because that's nowhere in there. The Lord never told you need a new body, bro. That's false doctrine. So why don't you niggas, man, ask guys, where the fuck is they getting that shit from out the scriptures? Like I told you, niggas ain't doing shit but adding and taking away from the scriptures, and they're not of the Lord. Because if you had a heart, you wouldn't be lying like that, bro. You bunch of filthy old niggas, man. Teaching doctrine to keep our people in the flesh so they don't recognize their power. Talking about you got to wait on new bodies before you get power. Get the hell out of here. The apostles in Acts, which I'm going to go to Acts 2 in a minute. They had the power, bro. They didn't need a new body, man. Man, it's false doctrine. Y'all really need to be asking these guys this shit. That just means you guys are just like they ass, man. All you nothing ass niggas, man, doing these unity camps. And then, like, guys they'll pull out scriptures of Yahweh Shai, but then they'll deny the covenant. It's crazy what's happening. But anyway, Revelation 14:9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image. This is 1 point right there, 1 point. And receive his mark in his forehead and his hand. This is another point. You got 2 points right here, bro. My goodness. But guys, they skip to the physical part. The mark of the beast, the mark of the beast. No, before the mark of the beast, a lot of you guys, you're worshiping the image of the beast. Now let's go into this word image. And what you got to understand, what did Yahweh Shai say? He said, beware of the doctrine of the scribes. Beware of the doctrine of the scribes. Beware of the leaven of the scribes. The Lord said, you don't teach the Lord, you teach for the precepts and the doctrines of men. The doctrine is what the doctrine guys is following is really, that's way more important than the fucking mark that guys be talking about. The mark, the mark, the mark. This is everything that's happening is a strategic plan to keep your mind away, like out of the spirit. Like spiritually, they got you worshiping the beast, but they tell you you're waiting on a physical mark. You see how heavy that is? But all the time you've been worshiping the beast, dealing with these camp doctrines. That's what's so heavy about these times. It's so deceptive. And you got a bunch of guys that's tares. They got Edomite dads that fucking gave them all this information and shit. That's teaching all this shit. Fucking Edomites, man. But chocolate covered niggas. But got an Edomite soul and heart. No heart, no soul, none of that shit. That's you niggas, man. Now that word worship real quick.
Strong's G 4352. Proskuneo. Proskuneo.
It says to kiss the hand towards one and token of reference among the persons. Right. So let me break this down. So in the token of reference, like when you reference somebody, just like when these guys they double honor these apostles, that's like a reference. So you're honoring these guys in their doctrine. There's the beast right there. So like if you don't know, like if these guys were set up by the beast, like the whole camp and all that, if you don't understand that and you referencing these guys, then you're worshiping the beast. You see that? You see how easy that is? But the only thing they want you to worry about is the mark of the beast. It's the mark of the beast. It's the mark of the beast. But also what's a part of the beast is the fucking doctrine, bro. It's heavy, man. Oh my goodness. It says, among the Orientals, especially the Persians, to fall upon their knees and touch the ground with the forehead as an expression of profound reverence. Right. So when you double honor these guys, that is a form of reference, you see? But it's wicked because remember the Lord, he didn't get double honors. So what these guys in these camps are doing, they're putting the elders over Yahushua. And it's very wicked. So you don't need a mark to worship the beast. You just double honor these fucking elderlies that's not in the spirit. And therefore you're worshiping the beast in the doctrine. You don't even have to get a mark. You see how easy that is? And you niggas is simple as hell, man. You don't fucking read or study. All you guys are carnal as hell. You don't have a spiritual bone in your body. You see? That's why a lot of you need to be caught up in these camps. You need to be snared and trapped like you are. And a lot of you guys, you're in the fucking middle too. You're confused and all that shit. That means you're not even in the spirit. It's crazy. Guys are not even hot for the Lord. They're lukewarm than a motherfucker. Like guys believe what we say, then they believe what the elders say. You can't do that. You got to actually believe what the spirit is saying or believe the elders. Which they're part of the fucking beast, bro. Going into Yale University, sneaking into concentration camps, always speaking about Esau. None of the apostles did no shit like that in the book of Acts. They were constantly speaking of Yahushua. And Paul, which I'm going to get in Acts 13, he was trying to edify the deputy, and you had a damn sorcerer, Bar Jesus. He came up trying to persuade them another way. That's what these camps are about. They're about persuading you a whole nother way, which they're all a part of the beast already to persuade you that way. So you don't need a fucking mark to be a part of the beast, bro. You niggas, man. You niggas. See, we see you guys every fucking way. And we're like the only ones that really see everything like that. A lot of you guys, you can see, but it's like you're slow. You got to hurry up and get to the Lord, bro. A lot of you guys talking about you have some respect for these guys in these camps. We don't have no respect for none of these niggas in these camps, bro. They're all wicked, man. They're all wicked. A lot of these guys have taken deals, and you talking about you got respect for them, man. You reprobate ass niggas, man. Fuck, man. So you don't need a mark to worship the beast, bro. The scriptures say any man worship the beast in his image. That means giving reference to the beast. Now, you giving reference to men that's part of the beast. That's worshiping the beast without even taking a mark. That's why the Lord said, beware of the leaven of the scribes. You niggas, man. Now, check this out. In the New Testament, by kneeling, prostration, to do homage to one, to make obeisance, whether in order to express respect or to make supplication, double honors. So now, like, look at it. Now, if these guys are part of the beast, You're paying homage to the beast, which these guys are telling you that you need new bodies to be empowered with Yahweh Shai. It's crazy. So you don't need a physical mark to worship the devil. Crazy, man. It's all a fucking mind frame. That's why Yahweh Shai came and he freed your mind. That's what he did. He was setting people free. That's why the scribes and the Pharisees, they were so, what they said was, right, actually guys are paying homage to these corrupted leaders, and that makes you worship the beast in his image. The image of the beast is these guys set up too. Not just taking a mark. But in John 10, when you go to John 10, I think it is, they were really, the whole thing about Yahweh Shai, they didn't want Yahweh Shai to actually come and they didn't want the Jews to take, they didn't want to take his, they didn't want Yahweh Shai to teach what he was teaching, because they was afraid that their place was going to be taken. Just like these guys in these groups, in these camps, they're so reprobate. Like, only thing they care about, like, if their position and their clout and their fame, they want to keep that. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got to understand, man. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna read this. John 11:48. It says, "If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation." So by this time, these scribes and these Pharisees, going back in that time, just like now too, these groups and these camps, they got like a certain position in the world. Remember, Yahweh Shai, he didn't have a place to rest his head. So all you guys in these camps, you're going off. You're going totally off. You're not even supposed to be a part of the world like that. So by them being a part of the world, having a place in the world, that means they have a place within the beast. You see how heavy that is? So these scribes and these Pharisees, they were so scared that the Lord was going to take their place from out the world, because they were a part of the world. They were a part of the beast. Remember, the Son of Man have no place to rest his head. So that's what these guys, they're worried about. They're worried about, like, guys taking their place, because they're part of the beast. This is the place of the beast, man. This ain't a place for us. It's crazy, man. It's crazy what's happening. Yeah, so the Lord tells you, he said, the Son of Man, he don't have a place to rest his head, bro. And a lot of you guys, you're teaching the truth, and you really don't, you're really not deep like that. You're really not learned or studied, man. It's really heavy. You guys teaching. That's why these elders, they used all these prophecies, and they misuse one scripture to get you to double honor them, was that satanic. They're using a bunch of witchcraft. Like, it's heavy, but they're doing it, and it's really working on all you dumbass niggas, because a lot of you guys, you don't have a heart anyway, so it'll work on you guys. But for the ones in the elect that have a heart, they can't be deceived. Like the Lord said, if it were possible, they would even deceive the elect, but it's not possible for them to deceive the elect. But the multitude of people they will deceive. So a lot of you guys, you're worshiping the beast without even taking the mark. It's crazy. You guys are worshiping the beast without taking the mark. Heavy. You're worshiping the beast without taking the mark already. It's crazy. All right, so the Lord said the Son of Man, he didn't have a place in the world. And if you got a place in the world, that means you got a place with the beast and the doctrine and the image, so on and so forth. It's heavy like that, but that's what it is. So you just following that camp doctrine, that makes you a part of the beast. All you guys double honoring these guys, and they're part of the beast. The Lord say, love not the world or the shit in the world. You cannot be a part of this world talking about you're in your Yahushai. Like you have to be. You can't be of this world too, and the doctrine of camps in the world and people that have places in the world. You're part of the beast too. Worshiping the images, worshiping the doctrine. That's why the Lord said, beware of the leaven of the scribes. It's simple. To all you guys in these groups, basically, you're a part of the beast because you're following the doctrine of men. Matthew chapter 8, verse 20. See, we give you the real understanding, bro. We do. We do. We give you the real understanding, the real breakdown of the spirit. Which you need a new heart to break down things, how we're breaking it down. So that means if you really can't teach it how it's shy like that, you really don't have a new heart. Like it's heavy like that. So like I said in the other lesson, you can't profess the knowledge that you don't have. So if you really don't have your Yahushai in you, then you can't really teach him like that. This is Matthew 8 and 20. It says, and Yahushai said unto them, the foxes have holes, and the birds in the air have nests, but the Son of Man have not where to lay his head. So basically that means he didn't have a place to rest here. He didn't have a place in the world, nothing like that. It's not like that, bro. That's why when they came to make the Lord king, he got out of there, bro, because this ain't the place for us to be sitting on high seats. All you fucking guys sitting on high seats, you just want to be seen. All you guys that have something to do with these camps and you have to do with the doctrine. You got guys that break away from camps. They're still in the doctrine of the camps. They're still indoctrinated. So that means they're still a part of the beast because they have the beast doctrine. It's very heavy to understand this. You see? That's why we put our life on the line, because we don't care about our life here, man. Man, we teach this truth like we want you guys to put us to death, bro. That's how bad we want to get out of here. You see? We don't have nothing to do with this world. But you guys, that's why a lot of you guys are lukewarm and you don't know if you're the elect. Because you're not the elect. Because you're not doing what the elect would do. You'll be going all out. You'll be teaching things that a lot of people will hate you for. And you guys don't have any fucking faith in the Lord. You really don't even believe in the Lord. You believe in these elders, which these elders and all these groups, they are a part of the beast. So you don't need a physical mark to be a part of the beast. You see? Matthew chapter 15 and 9. But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines and commandments of men. So the doctrines has to do with the image of the beast in these days, because the doctrine of the beast that puts you in the ways and the image of the beast. It's real simple. It's not really hard. It's just a jaw dropper to understand the breakdown, like how we're bringing it out. It's kind of like you're really you're amazed that you never really seen that. Like, well, you don't need a mark to worship the beast. You could just take heed to the doctrine that guys are teaching. And that's why the virgin birth and the Catholic Church, all that shit, that's why it's so crucial that you understand Yahushua came in the flesh. Now, if you don't understand Yahushua came in the flesh, then you are Antichrist. Then that means you're not even of the Lord at all. So guys have said, hey, look, well, it doesn't matter if you worship the beast or not. Yeah, it really does matter. Certain things, it really do matter. Certain things are very expedient right now. Like really understanding Yahushua. That is very expedient. Understanding Yahushua in the new covenant right now is more expedient than learning all these prophecies. And that's the truth. But what these groups will have you think, they have you think like, well, Esau is more important than Yahushua. You know, so demonic. So what they're saying is the flesh is more important than the spirit. That's why Galatians 5 will tell you that the spirit wars against the flesh and the flesh wars against the spirit. You cannot have the spirit worshiping the flesh. You can't be in the flesh and talking about you're in the spirit. Now, we're all in the flesh, but few men have been selected to have that heart of flesh to teach the things of the spirit to help seal the elect. And the majority of you guys are set up to teach things in the flesh because you are of the flesh to hold our people back from the spirit. So it's a war going on. It's real deep. That's why a lot of you guys, because you don't read or study or none of that, you're confused right now. You don't know it. You're not sure of nothing. And that's good because a lot of you guys, you're in the middle. You don't know if you're the elect. You don't know if we're right. You don't know if the apostles right. You're confused. That's where you're supposed to be, lukewarm. So you're going to be destroyed. You see? We're all awake. We're extreme over here, man. We're very extreme for the Lord. That's why nobody mentions us. Because they're scared. Because at the end of the day, they don't want nobody hearing us becoming like us over here. We've been teaching the covenant over the last couple of years, bro. And that's what's going to close this thing up. The teaching of the gospel, not the teaching of Yahweh, not the teaching of Esau, but the teaching of Yahweh Shai. Now, Matthew chapter 16, verse 4, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall be no sign given unto it but the sign of the prophet Jonas. You see that? So a wicked generation, they're looking and waiting on new bodies to let them know like they're in the covenant. What fucking type of sense does that make? And you guys following these guys. These guys are malfunctioning, man. Remnant saved, the demon in South Carolina, Korah, these apostles. You see, like we said, a lot of your leaders, they may even be tares, bro. Because they don't have no fucking heart, bro. And they've been set up the whole time with Esau, bro. You have to be careful. You see? For real. It's heavy like that. It's really heavy in this day. It's so evil. And that's not far off either. Matthew chapter 16, verse 5, and when his disciple will come to the other side, and they have forgotten to take bread, then Yahushua said unto him, take heed, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. You see that? So the leaven is going into their doctrine. So which that brings us back to Revelations again. It's just real simple. It's real simple. If you have the spirit, if you have the heart, you can see that guys are actually worshiping the beast without even taking the mark. It's heavy like that. Revelation 14:9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his head, if any man worship the beast in his image, that goes into the doctrine, and receive his mark. This is another part of it. So you don't need to be waiting on a mark to actually be of the beast by taking heed to the doctrine. Verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the fornication, which is poured out without mixture in the cup of his indignation. Salakia. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And their smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they shall have no rest nor night, day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and and look at that, and whosoever receiveth the mark in his name. So you guys can worship the beast by worshiping, referencing these camps and these elders and these guys that's actually set up by the beast with their doctrine. So all you stupid ass guys in these groups, man, it's heavy, bro. And if the Lord didn't kick you out the synagogue, that means that the Lord don't love you, bro. So you've been seduced by evil spirits. You're trapped in the camp doctrine, and you're all confused. The majority of you guys, you're confused. You don't know which way to go, and that's good for you, because a lot of you guys, you don't have the new heart. You're not the elect. If you're confused right now, you're not the elect, bro. Hey, but with that, you don't need a physical mark to be worshiping the beast. Just keep double honoring these elders, and that's worshiping the beast. And with that, hey, shalom.